Welcome back to the Deep Dive. We're here again to dig into the sources you share and pull out the key knowledge. Before we get started today, just a quick thank you to our sponsor. This episode was brought to you by ProCare Hanoi. They're the phone and laptop repair shop that expats really trust. You get fast service, clear communication, and honest advice. Basically, just what you need when your tech acts up. And also, a quick word on supporting this show. Look, it's definitely a labor of love, and if you get value from these deep dives, well, support means a lot. Buy me a coffee is probably the easiest way to chip in, and honestly, every single coffee helps keep things running. Just check the show notes, there's a direct link there, and for everyone who's already chipped in, thank you so much. You really are fueling this whole thing. Okay, so let's get into today's topic. We're looking at excerpts from a study titled The Power of Routine, Finding Peace in Repetition. And, the common view is that routine is, boring, rigid, like it's the opposite of freedom. We're always trying to escape the everyday grind.
Right, and that constant chase for something new, something different. That's exactly what the source material questions. Our goal today really is to flip that idea on its head. We're going to explore how mindfulness can actually change how we experience repetition. We'll unpack how routines shape our energy, our minds, and importantly, how doing the same things day after day can actually calm us down, anchor us, not, trap us.
I think that's really interesting because culturally we're just so obsessed with novelty, with disruption. Routine often gets seen as, lazy.
Yeah, exactly. And that leads us right into what we could call the stability paradox. We see routine as the enemy of freedom, right? But if you look closely at any system that works well, think nature, biology, it's all built on repetition. Really solid, dependable repetition. Routine provides stability. It's the engine for it. Think about your own body's rhythms, your heartbeat, your breathing, sleep cycles. These are all routines, deep ones. And when they're steady, the body feels calm. The mind, it turns out, works in a similar way. It actually relaxes when it knows what's coming. It uses less energy.
Okay, so the body runs on rhythm, and a deliberate routine gives the mind that same kind of rhythm to follow. It cuts down on all the little decisions we have to make constantly.
Precisely. When you mindfully set up routines, you're basically changing the texture of your day. Life starts feeling less like putting out fires all the time, and more like a series of predictable, maybe even peaceful patterns. And these patterns become anchors. They hold you steady mentally, emotionally, especially on tough days. The source puts it quite strongly. Routine is discipline disguised as peace.
Discipline disguised as peace. I like that. It reframes discipline completely. It's not about forcing yourself. It's about creating a structure that actually brings calm. So let's make this practical. Think about mornings, often the most chaotic time, right? How do we bring this mindful routine idea into the morning without it just feeling like another chore?
Well, the sources suggest transforming ordinary actions into rituals of care. It's not what you do, it's really how you do it, deliberately.
Okay, so it starts right when you wake up. The source mentions taking just one slow, deep breath, really noticing the air coming in, and then something super mundane like brushing your teeth.
Yeah, exactly. But instead of rushing through it on autopilot, you do it slowly, with full awareness, like actually feel the brush. Hear the water running, notice the minty taste.
Yeah.
The key thing is, for that minute or two, you're not already thinking about your emails or the news, you're just there, being with the simple act of brushing.
Yeah, I get that in theory, it sounds nice. But I can already hear some listeners thinking, right, try doing that with 3 kids running around and a deadline looming. Doesn't focusing intensely on toothpaste flavor feel like a bit of a luxury? Or maybe even another thing to fail at? How do we keep this realistic?
That's a really fair point. And it's critical. The aim isn't perfection. It's not about adding some huge new time commitment. It's about finding micro moments of awareness within what you're already doing. Even 30 seconds counts. And the effect on the nervous system can be pretty immediate. Every time you consciously do something simple, slowly, without rushing, it sends a little signal. It tells your nervous system, hey, you're safe right now. You're present. You're creating predictability in a small way, focusing on senses, the taste, the feel. That actually reduces uncertainty, which is often what triggers stress. It dials down stress hormones like cortisol. So it's like a little safety cue. It can stop the day's anxiety from building up steam right from the start.
That makes more sense. It's not about achieving some perfect Zen state. It's practical. It's about regulating your nervous system. And this idea of finding something meaningful in consistency, in repetition, that's ancient, isn't it?
Absolutely. Think about monks. In many traditions, they have these simple, repetitive tasks. Sweeping the same temple floor every day, chanting the same phrases for years. They aren't doing it because sweeping is exciting.
Right.
They're doing it specifically to train their awareness. They understand that the consistency itself is the practice. It builds focus.
So we don't need to join a monastery. We just need to bring that kind of mindset to our everyday stuff. What does that look like for us?
It's in all the little things we usually rush through or even resent doing, like folding laundry. Instead of just getting it done, maybe you feel the warmth of the fabric from the dryer, notice the texture, try to fold it neatly.
Yeah.
Or wiping down the kitchen counter after cooking. Don't just quickly swipe it, maybe follow the movement of the cloth with your eyes. Feel the slight resistance, consciously make the surface clean. Each of those small actions can become a tiny meditation, a moment of completion. By giving them our full attention, even for a short time, we practice keeping our awareness here, now, even if the task itself is, well, objectively dull.
It sounds like the quality comes because of the repetition, not despite it. As long as there's awareness involved, that deliberate rhythm ensures things are done well.
Exactly. And that idea of consistent, mindful quality applies everywhere. Think professionally. Whether it's a surgeon following precise steps or, like our sponsor ProCare Hanoi, a technician methodically diagnosing a tricky issue with a phone or laptop.
Right, step by step.
That consistent, careful process is key. It's not just mechanical, it's mindful. It allows quality work and a certain kind of calm focus to exist together. Rushing usually leads to mistakes.
Okay, let's move to the last big idea. We have to address why this is often so hard to put into practice. It's this cultural myth, right? The myth of more. We're sort of trained to constantly seek novelty, new apps, new experiences, new goals. We equate excitement with happiness.
Yeah, and that constant chase for the next thing, the greener grass, it's actually exhausting. It keeps our nervous system slightly revved up, always scanning for what's new, which is the opposite of calm.
So the big secret, maybe the counterintuitive part, is that the solution isn't always adding more. It's about being more awake to what's already right here. Like if I really pay attention to my usual cup of tea, the warmth, the smell, the taste, that's where the freshness is, not necessarily in trying new blend every single day.
That's it exactly. The novelty comes from your attention, not just the external thing. When you let repetition simplify things a bit, you stop trying to solve boredom by just piling on more stimulation. The same walk you take every day, the same commute, the same basic tasks at work, they can all feel different, reveal new details, if you approach them with more mindfulness.
And that leads to the ultimate payoff, doesn't it? If our minds aren't constantly jumping ahead, planning, or getting distracted by the next shiny object, what happens with that freed up mental space? What does that rest give us?
It gives us back a lot of cognitive energy. Bandwidth, you could say. Repetition, done mindfully, doesn't trap us. It actually frees us from the need to constantly make choices and manage distractions. When your body kind of knows the routine, the mental energy that was tied up in figuring out what's next gets liberated.
And that energy can go elsewhere.
Yeah, towards deeper thinking, creativity, maybe processing emotions, or just feeling more regulated. You literally create space for insight to arise.
Okay, so wrapping this all up, the big takeaway seems to be routines aren't just chores to get through. They're actually built-in opportunities to practice being present. And that very structure, that predictability, is what helps create calm and clarity.
That's a perfect summary. The core idea is that mindfulness isn't about escaping your daily life. It's about engaging with it more fully, turning the ordinary, the repetitive, the mundane into a really reliable and potent form of meditation.
So here's something for you, the listener, to maybe think about today. Pick one daily action that you usually see as just tedious, annoying, a burden. Maybe it's doing the dishes, logging into work, the commute, something repetitive. Now imagine approaching just that one task later today with that deliberate sensory awareness we talked about, paying attention to the movement, the sounds, the feeling of it. How might that shift it? Could it change from being just a drag into maybe, just maybe, a small, reliable anchor in your day?
Find that refuge in the repetition itself.
Something to ponder. We'll leave you with that thought. Join us next time when we'll be doing a deep dive into the gentle power of gratitude, seeing the good that's already here. Until then, repeat with peace, move with awareness, and live with rhythm.